How are you lovely people doing today? My name is John. Welcome to another beautiful episode of the Top 5. Now, wait, don't click away from this video because this is one of the most interactive Top 5 series on all of the interwebs. Now, here's how this works. This week, I'm going to give you my Top 5. I present to you my Top 5 hardest trains of all time. I'm going to give you the 5 trains that I think are probably some of the most difficult trains to pull off all across zombies. You guys then in the comments below tell me what the hardest train ever is. Just tell me the one single hardest train in all of zombies. If you see somebody's already suggested your idea, give them a thumbs up. I'm gonna go through all the comments, I'm gonna add up all the comments, I'm gonna add up all the thumbs up, and I'm gonna see which trains according to you guys are the toughest. So you guys will write your top 5 hardest trains in all of zombies. It'll be an entirely community written vote, so if you'd like to be a part of that, let me know down below which train is the hardest. Without further ado, let's begin with my top 5 hardest trains of all time. Let's begin. Coming into the bonus slot is the NACHT Untitled box room. This is the original train, the OG train. People did this train without even knowing they were training. That's how sort of popular camping was. Training didn't really become a thing. People would just stay in one part of the building and they would camp. Eventually though, you might get overrun, so what do? You run for your life and you start running in circles around this room. This was the original train, and it's pretty difficult. There's so many things that you can clip onto and get stuck to, and in addition to that, you don't have any jugs, so one mistake and you are toast. It is difficult to get onto the high rounds of NUKETOWN and Toad, and everybody knows it, and this is one of your few training options. Good luck. The 5th hardest train of all time, in my opinion, was the RIESE power room. Now, this place wasn't really meant to be a training area, like many other training areas in zombies, but it was one of the larger courtyards, and what people would do is they'd naturally start training here. But this is a difficult train. There are so many things that can go wrong in this area, and because the zombies sort of funnel in from that one door, then they just sort of spew in like a constant line, and that line can be hard to get around. Now, of course, you can open up that door back there, but then that'll just open up more areas to spawn. It's a pretty difficult area to train. This map is so hard to train in that most people just end up running routes to reach the high rounds. Coming into the number 4 spot is the NUKETOWN backyard. Now, I'm referring to the backyard by the yellow house. There's something about this train that is much harder than the training spot on the other end of the map. I think it's because we have this little gap right here between the furnace and the bush. You're always going through this one little section, and if 2 zombies get in your way, good luck getting out of there. You're gonna have to turn around, and hopefully there aren't too many zombies that other way. And then in addition to that, the other area you might slip through is between the house and the deck, which is also a pretty tight area. So your paths that you have to go through are constricted and very narrow, and this makes for very difficult training, especially with such chaotic spawns. The 3rd hardest training spot is the RIESE garage. Now, I don't know why this area is such a difficult training spot, but it is for me. I always have difficulty when I'm training in this area. Like I said, the main way people get to the high rounds is by running routes because they found that training is just too unpredictable in RIESE. There isn't really a nice training spot with the barrels and then the difficult spawns, because you have the zombies coming down from the staircase and you have them coming through the door. It just makes for an all-around unpleasurable training experience. I don't really like to train in here. I only do it when I have to, and I find it to be fairly difficult, but that just might be my opinion here. The 2nd hardest training spot in all of zombies was the VERRUCKT THOMPSON room. Oh boy, is this place tough to train in. It's your only option if you want to train on the map VERRUCKT, and god does it get tough. The spawns in this room are probably some of the most tricky zombie spawns in the entire game. You have them coming in through that big door right there. You have them coming in through the hole in the wall. And then you have them coming in through that window to my right. It's just an all-around difficult area to train. It's so tight. It's so cramped. The spawns are so chaotic. There's just no room to go, and I find that my pathway is always cut off. And not to mention, there isn't really a wonder weapon in this map that'll instantly clear your path, so you better make sure you always have a clear path, and that's not guaranteed in the VERRUCKT THOMPSON room. It's just terrible. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate hardest training spot in all of zombies has to belong to the 5 starting room. Oh boy, is this place hard to train in. We have 3 lanes created by the tables, and as a result, it funnels you and the zombies. If any zombies get in your way, you are toast. Just like VERRUCKT, there isn't really a wonder weapon that'll easily clear your path, so you have to be very wise with your training. You have to know how to train without getting yourself blocked into different areas, because you just are so confined to this tight space. Now, I've seen people train in this area into the late hundreds, sometimes even as close as 200, but the thing is, they're always using a pack-a-punch crossbow, which means the only way people find that this room is actually manageable for training is when they have several monkey bombs at their disposal. Most training spots do not require 10 monkey bombs at your disposal at all times. This place is so just difficult to train in. It forces people to play differently. It forces people to have to give up a weapon slot so that they can have the crossbow. I think this is probably one of the hardest places to train in all of Zombies. Anyway, that's going to be it for this week's episode of the Top 5. If you guys enjoyed the video, maybe give it a like, possibly subscribe. I upload a new episode of the Top 5 every week, and if you enjoyed this one, I'm sure you'll love the next one. Tell me in the comments below, though, what is the hardest training spot in all of Zombies? If somebody's already suggested your idea, give them a thumbs up. You guys will be writing your own Top 5 for the next episode. Anyway, I'm going to go. Have a great day, and bye.